When we first brought on board Jiminny, we were actually looking for an online VoIP-based system for our team, as it was the start of going more hybrid and more remote. And we really wanted everyone to have access to a simple VoIP-based system. However, one of the other key drivers was we wanted an easy way to be able to coach all members of our team, both from in one-to-one development and coaching, but also in team meetings, and Jiminny provided all that, which was one of the reasons for our decision. So I love the ability that my reps can self-coach themselves. Naturally, I'm going to get involved and help in that, but the fact that they can log in, coach individual calls, whether it's a particular one they think is really strong or really weak, and be able to have that self-development themselves is amazing for us. And in particular, when it comes to feature snippets, is really, really useful for that, because they can send certain areas of a longer discovery call, let's say, to myself or other members of the sales team to be able to go, okay, or even their peers to go, okay, well, I handled it like this. How would you execute this? Any advice for it and any feedback, which is brilliant for us. But when you develop your one-to-one coaching and then you develop in team coaching sessions, after time, reps will naturally coach themselves. And that's one of the big drivers of why we wanted to implement a conversational intelligence coaching platform, because if you can harness that culture within your internal company, then it makes it so much easier for people to develop themselves with your guidance. Really invaluable for coaching. So again, from a one-to-one coaching perspective, I can jump on a live call and be able to give some feedback after that call straight away, if it's a particularly large one. Alternatively, the ability to record and send that information through afterwards allows us in our one-to-one coaching sessions to be able to improve and develop the rep. The rep then has the ability to self-coach themselves, because naturally with the volume of calls, you can't coach everyone, but it gives them ability to coach with their peers. And additionally, it also helps in your team coaching sessions. So we run once a week, we run a coaching session called Black Hat, White Hat, whereby the team will get together and one man of the team will give constructive feedback or positive feedback, as in what they think the individual has done really, really well, and one where they think constructive feedback on where they think that it can improve, and it tries to foster that team coaching environment. So it really, really helps to be able to provide them calls before that session, where then we can analyze all together, and that comes from SDRAEs and also CS reps. Secondly, the other big benefit that we saw is much quicker time to onboard. We did have some call recordings, video demos from before, but they were mostly all stored within Google Drive, weren't really linked to our playbook very well. Well, the ability in Jiminny to be able to create a playbook, link individual calls for each step of the sales process, so having 5 or 6 in discovery, demo, CS onboarding, and all the different areas, really helps to get people's head around the product and our company as quick as possible. Probably the most important when you look at us from a strategic perspective is creating and fostering a culture of like a self-development and coaching background. And we would have tried to do that anyway, but without the technology to do that, it makes it so much simpler and easier for us to be able to foster that culture of self-improvement. That's a good question. I think any revenue leader in a technology business, software business, has to have a way to be able to try and develop and coach their team. Otherwise, you're not providing a platform for them to succeed. And with Jiminny in particular, you've got a software that's easy to use, exceptional support. Their support time is so quick to be able to get back, and just overall great humans who are fun to work with. It's really important to measure sentiment and disposition on each individual call. And it makes it really easy for a rep to go, okay, this is the sentiment or the disposition that I want to share and I want coaching on. Let me quickly view 15 calls that I've done on this. And then out of these 15, okay, oh yes, I remember that one. Let's take this to a coaching session, or let's ping this to Jack to have a conversation about, I just want to snippet this part of the call because I remember it. So I suppose that links back to how easy it is that it integrates into your current tech stack, and how easy it is for the individual rep to be able to share that information.